Hola. Good night, VQ. Yeah, I got caught up. I got caught up, y'all. I had a delivery. And, that account, they treated like secure detail. Let me know, is the music too loud, y'all? For me to talk over? Like, is it drowning out my talking, the music? Is the music? Hey, Champagne. Hey, Golden. Hey, everybody. Whatever. Every time I come in here, it always show me one person is in here. I don't know. But hey, can y'all let me know if my audio is good? Hey, Malika. How you doing, Malika? Oh, so I know I scheduled to come to a car. I was like, damn, you're probably gonna drop asleep. But I don't care if I gotta talk to myself. I gonna talk and let it out. You can hear me good? Okay. I'm gonna turn on this music a little though, cause it's distracting to me. I'm trying to go back to the settings. Hold on, y'all, cause I'm learning as I go. Learn, turn it down. Yeah, that's better right there. Yeah, y'all. Wait, hold up. I don't want to press the wrong thing. I press something. Oh, okay. I could. Now I can see where you can edit somebody's mic on the panel. Yeah. Them dirty dude, them dirty people be lowering people mics and shit when they hit the panel, drown them out. Let me see how I did that. Oh, I know how to do it. Okay, I see it. All right, let me get back to my chat. How do you see this? Hey, Drea. Oh, Drea, you up late, girl? Y'all saw my thumbnail? I posted it last minute. I was like, they gonna laugh at me. They gonna laugh at me. That's my infamous thumbnail for when girl, how was I not thumbnail? I think I was 14. Girl, that's when I had 1,000 police. They had they had them big things pointed at me, girl. He can love someone like, but couldn't and can't do it. Child, I don't. And as I'm going, I'm like, this shit is easy. I mean, it's just like anything. Any new device you get, you play with the settings. This nigga always got a technical difficulty. And he's such a, big whatever he is. He's supposed to be good at it. Whatever he is. I don't know how it's difficult to set up audio. You can't sleep. You ever try banana peels? Boiling banana peels, make a tea out of it, and calm you down. Chamomile tea. I love chamomile lavender tea. My mom used to always make that for me as a kid, cause I always been a night person. Child, hard for me to sleep at night. It's crazy. Melatonin don't do anything for me. But what I did learn when I start upping my melatonin, when I used to take it, I went from like 5 to 10. And then one day, my son just told me, let me try. I had a 1 milligram. I think it was a 3 milligram. No, it was a 1 milligram. I tried the 1 milligram and it knocked me right out. That's crazy because the 5 and 10 milligram have been working less lately. And when I went down a dose, when I went back to 1 milligram, that shit worked. And I kept doing that. Like, it's like a weird reaction. I got melatonin. I would up the dose. Like one don't work, I'll take three. Then I'll take 5 milligrams. I go up to 10. I even go up to like 16 milligrams. Then once I see it's like, oh, it's not really hitting like it used to, I'll go back down. I would drop it and it'll start working again. Crazy, girl. My body is very resilient. It's There's a lot of things that I need to take high doses for me to feel for real. Like even like say like even when I go into surgery, they gotta pump me with like more than one type of anesthesia because my body don't take those things too good. Like even to get a tooth pulled, they can't do local anesthesia on me. I could never get local anesthesia because it don't work. They gotta put me dead to sleep. I'm like that with a lot of things. A lot of things don't knock me out. It don't work better on me like it's supposed to. Let me take 3 milligrams. Oh yeah, girl, I was taking up to 16 milligrams, but then I found I don't know. One time in the airport, I found these sleep tablets. I forgot what they was made of, but I seen them on Amazon. They called Sleep Easy. They come in like a purple little box. And one time I was in my airport and I just bought them. The things work so good for me when I want to drop to sleep. Instead of me taking Benadryl and shaker, Benadryl don't do nothing to me either. Benadryl don't make me drowsy. Nothing don't make me drowsy. But these Sleep Easy tablets, they work like magic. They melt under your tongue. And those are the only things that really knock me out. Yeah, those work real good. They work real, real good. I always keep a pack now of those. Whenever I'm frustrated, I'm like, if I have one of them nights where I just need to put myself to sleep, those are guaranteed. It definitely works. They haven't let me down yet. So I'm so glad I found them on Amazon. I was like, let me just look up these, keep these on me in case I end up somewhere and I run out. Yeah, they work real good. But yeah, I can't talk about Queeta because I just hate. I hate that the fact that when people see Queeta, they attribute everything that she does to being institutionalized, and I highly disagree. I highly disagree, and it even alright. Let's say even if I haven't done time, because I'm a person that have done time. I've been in and out of jail a lot of my life, right? And I've done my bids. Yeah, so I've been to jail. I've been to the big house. I've been through all those places, right? Even as a juvenile, went from juvenile to adult anyway. Because as a juvenile, I was a juvenile. I was indicted to Supreme Court, so I was charged as an adult. So I've been through it since young. But anyway, so as somebody that's institutionalized, right? Quita, yeah, of course, she may have some institutionalized ways about her, of course. But the characteristics and the behaviors that she displayed is that it is not institutionalized. Because for one, think about it, right? Think about what she does in it. Even if you've never been locked up, just think about it. You think she could walk around an institution acting like that on her own free will? Yeah, there's a lack of education too, right? And she she just Quita. She just ratchet. It is because she's not dumb dumb. Even though you could tell she has a lack of education, but she's not one of them dumb people. You just like, oh my god, she's dumb, but she's just ratchet. She just I don't even know how other when I think of Quita, that's the only word I could think of like to describe her, like just off a whim, right? But she has a cavalier personality, right? And she's like, when you think of Queeta, right? You think of disorderly, you think of uncontrollable, you think of rowdy, delinquent, tumultuous, impulsive, honorary, quarrelsome, rebellious. She's all those things, right? Now, I'm pretty sure without even asking for even input, everybody could agree. Those are like most of the synonyms that describe her, right? You think being 8 years, even 3 years, 5 years, you think being an institution for for a long time, for a certain amount of time, you think that will produce those behaviors? In the bushes, couple guy, I gone for okay apartment, no heat, hot water when I get. Steve, I never knew you was in New York City. Hey, my fellow New Yorker. I appreciate you, man, but sorry to hear that. No heat, hot water, man. Yeah, just get out here, no matter where you live. Just get out here. Just get out. Let me stop. But I hope everything turns out better soon. Cause 311, you call 301 on a landlord, they be depending on who your landlord is. The city contacts that landlord, like that landlord will be on it. So I don't know what type of building you in, but yeah. You call 311, you like, listen, I live here and I ain't got no hot water. The city gonna call the landlord gonna respond. Yeah, they don't want that shit to show up. They don't want them calls. All that shit's documented. But yeah, so for Quita, right? Going to me. Oh, I don't blame you, Steven, man. Take care. I hope you find a rest. That's how I feel about parking. Sometimes I don't be want to go home. I was just like, damn, I gotta go. I'm going back to my parents' house because I ain't gotta worry about parking, street parking. But yeah, think about it, right? Somebody like Quita, that behavior. Now, imagine like up being in jail, right? Of course, jail, everything ain't sweet, but everything ain't rowdy all the time. You think she could display all those behaviors in jail 24/7, like on a regular day to day, right? Because to be institutionalized, right, means you become dependent. You become dependent on the dynamics, and you're not responsible for yourself per se in an institution. You're a ward of, your property of that institution or whoever governs over that institution. So she's dependent. So meaning she don't certain things. She don't know nothing about paying bills. Even though in jail you pay your tabs, but it's not a bill. So you could say certain things like institutionalizes somebody who avoids independent responsibilities. And there's a social aspect of being institutionalized too. And Quita is very social. Now she's social to like on a broadened horizon. No, she's very social in a certain dynamic in a certain environment. But institutionalized people, they become rigid and independent. They don't know. They'll be overwhelmed with being independent. She's not overwhelmed. She's not overwhelmed because she doesn't hold. She has no restraint in most cases. She has no restraint. So it's just so many things. I don't see what people see that's so institutionalized about her when she talking the way she talking, acting the way she act, right? Because she just so she wants to beat her own drum, right? And that's just totally the opposite of being institutionalized. That's just totally the opposite. She's just reckless. She's just Queeta. You know how many other girls I've been in prison with, and we all got careers. I remember me and my friend, we got sentenced on the same day. She blew trial, so she had to do non-minimum, and we was locked up, and we was waiting to get placed to go upstate. The first thing we told him, we said, when we get upstate, we sign off for college because I had finished school. I finished high school when I was 15, but I ended up getting in trouble, so I never got to go to my graduation. But I still, I was documenting the school system as with completed my 12th grade education. So we talked about going to college, and like I was saying, most other girls I was locked up with, right? They done made the news. A lot of them were famous cases and everything. And of course you're coming to your few, wild people like Quita. But like I said, she comes in there like that. She went in like that and she came out like that because she didn't learn anything. She didn't see she didn't self evaluate her she didn't evaluate herself to even try to change and try to see how she could change her life around. She came straight out doing the same thing, back to motels and thinking she gonna get these nigga and that nigga and get money out of niggas. That's not that's far from being institutionalized. Cause she won't even get to the point of trying to make those type of plays because she would be overwhelmed about. I don't even know how to put it in words. It's like some people are comfortable when they know no matter if the food is good or not, they got a bed, they got food coming in, they got access to safety. Now they gotta pay for it. So you could say Quita at least know how to do them things. She know how to get her money for her own, right? She didn't settle with staying on the streets because some people in the streets too. They don't like responsibility. She's only social around people she thinks she's doing better than. Yeah, she yeah, I can see that. But it's sway though too, cause she don't think she's better than, but she'll portray herself as she thinks she better than. Cause I heard her say one time on a phone call too, and I heard her, and she said basically, Marcus, oh, but you don't know what it's like being here. You'll get bullied, so everything is a front. She got little man syndrome. Oh shit! Sorry, I asked the bell. She got little man syndrome. So because she's short, she thinks she has to be aggressive and come off with that small man complex. Like, you know, that's all that is. And I think that's her whole foundation. Her whole foundation is I'm small, but I can't let nobody play with me. That's all I think. That's all I see. That's all her whole mindset, personality, paradigm of thinking is I'm small, but I ain't gonna let anybody play with me. So she can't expand her mind to want better or do better. That's why she got Marcus over there. Being whole, you gotta want this for yourself. I mean, yeah, she gotta want it for herself, but she don't know what she wants. She don't know what she's wanting. Of course, she want the money. Yeah, complex. Of course, she want the money, but she don't know what. She's understanding what come with the money, but she's not understanding the bigger purpose. And one thing I can say was a sign, a symptom of being institutionalized was when she went to open up the bank account and stuff for Marcus. She didn't know how to fill out her own paperwork. She didn't know, and Marcus like, I'll do it for you. And I'm sitting here like, why are you doing that for her? She's over 30 some years old. I've been filling out my own paperwork since I was a teenager. She's over 37. She don't know how to fill out paperwork. Nah, she needs to learn that. So you can't blame her behavior on them throwing her out of jail. Like Mocha said, Mocha basically nailed it the other night. Throwing her out of jail halfway house. Yeah, that would have helped her. Yes, that would help a lot of people instead of throwing them back into the street. But it's still who she is. It's still who she is. So it's not them throwing her back in the street is her fault. It's just who she is. Because what did she achieve the whole 8 years in jail, in prison? What did she achieve? The same jail she had to ride in. I heard they rebuilding it, and the feds trying to take over it or whatever. And you you biting people. You come home biting people. You come home selling cat again. You come home being a bully. All that shit is corny. That shit corny in there. And I be saying to myself sometimes, y'all, like I can't imagine being a person like Queeta. Like when you too rowdy, and I feel like you making my dorm hot. You doing too much. You too loud. You too rowdy. You cause a conflict, and to avoid us getting locked down. Now she's somebody you have to press her because you and your little hyperactive rabbit crew, your little your little ratchet crew, y'all about to get us locked down because of your behavior. Y'all don't know how to chill. Y'all don't know how to chill. So I could see, I mean, I can't, I could see me being like that with a person like her, and me and her be having a problem. Like we would have a real problem because you do too much, and all that bullying shit is corny. I don't care what nobody say. Like, yeah, that shit go on in jail, but everybody bullying is gonna go on, right? But not. Unfortunately, there's people who deserve to be bullied, and there's some people who don't deserve to be bullied, and that's just how it is. Some people deserve it, and some people don't. And she seemed like she take advantage of people who she know won't match her energy or even try to, she could easily intimidate. Oh no, she's just corny. But her behavior is just not institutionalized. She know how to cook. She ain't come home eating Jack Mac and eating ramen noodles and eating She ain't cooking no ground beef and putting it in Doritos. She ain't making no spreads. That's institutionalized. Institutionalized washing your clothes by hand every day in the sink. That's institutionalized. Institutionalized is like waking up every day at a certain time to move around and then being tired by a certain time. I went through that when I first came home. And it's crazy because I'm a night person, but I remember when I came home. I came home in the summertime at that. Yeah. I think I was at 5 o'clock in the morning. By 6 o'clock, because my parole was from 6 to 8. So by 6 o'clock, I could go outside. I got to be home by 8 when I first came home. I'm up and ready to go. So by 8 o'clock, I got to chill. She don't have no routine, what I'm trying to say. She don't have no routine. She just wild, y'all. She's just unruly. She's unruly. She's unruly. But there's plenty of, like, look at a person like Remy Ma, right? The rapper. She came out of prison. She went into prison the same way she really came out. She wasn't wild and bugging, but she had the same attitude. You understand? People could go in the gym, come out with the same attitude. And even if you know some CLs, they'll tell you, like, prison don't really change you. It may shake you up if you wasn't really built for it, depending on your experience. But it don't deter you from necessarily wanting to live right. Like it doesn't instill that fear into you. Like, oh, I better do right unless I'm gonna end up back here. Because that's why people always in and out. It just motivates you to try to be smarter and not get caught or whatever. She want Marcus. I mean, I think she thinks she will want Marcus, but I think she wish she could. She would want Marcus, but she know Marcus is not the type to give her really what she wants. She can't run the game over him like he. They're not gonna play the same game with each other, basically. But that institution, I said, I'll be wondering where people get that from. Like this institution, like, girl, I got one friend now. She's I think her birthday is next week. Her and two other girls we was like that with. They in Rome right now. They in Rome in Europe. They just got to Rome yesterday. So, most of the girls I know, everybody's a professional. Yeah, we did some things in our past and we came out, but we was like that before we came into. No matter what we did, we still went in, but we just got caught up with some shit. But did it totally change us? No. So she's not changed. She's not changed. That's her problem. And it's not the prison that's gonna change her. She has to want to change herself. She has to want better for herself. And for a person, sometimes when people don't know no better, they can't do better. But she has an idea. She knows she can do better. She don't want to because she wanted to have that Mighty Mouse complex and think tricking it, having men trick off and all that. That's the key to life. And I don't know what her upbringing was really like. She says she lived in motels. Her mom and stuff did it. But when you become a certain age, sometimes you don't want the life you saw your parents give you or live. So that's not an excuse. Especially you in your mid 30s. You understand? So my little girl with certain things, I like, I'm gonna do this different from my parents. So when you're in a down, you can say, I went through this and I went through that. Yeah, you went through it, but you don't have to repeat the same cycle. We too grown for that. We too grown for that. And people coddle people too much nowadays. I hate the way people infantilize older people, even teenagers. Teenagers are not babies. Even baby. Little kids, they think for themselves. All kids are not kids are sponges, but kids also have their own ideas. They brain work just like anybody else. They could come up with ideas themselves. Everything is not planted in them like a seed, like they're a program, like they're a computer. They got their own ideas. They could formulate. But I don't want people coming online and be like, oh, you see that Queeta? That's how you act when you go to jail for a long time. You come out acting like Queeta. No, it's not. Queeta act like that because that's Queeta. That's not jail. That's not prison that did that to her. She got the total opposite effect. And jail ain't changed that at all. Ain't changed that at all. And the fact that I hope they don't gaslight Short Dog to feel like he did anything wrong. I mean, yeah, he didn't do it intentionally. He didn't let her in jail intentionally with charges, but it is what it is. You see, you won't have to worry about the things. You're going around biting people. What the fuck? Messing up and damaging the man's car. You lucky he ain't jump on the case like, yeah, I want restitution for my car she damaged. Hey, Abs. I'm just here talking. Because, I don't know, they be getting me upset talking about Queeta institutionalized her behaviors. And me as a person that did time and I've been around, I've been around. She doesn't display any, she's not the stereotype figure, the generalized mascot or representation of what you would see as somebody institutionalized. That's not Queeta at all. That is not Queeta. She's just ratchet. She's just rowdy. She's just tumultuous. That's what she is. She just has a cavalier personality. and that's just her. So whether she went to jail or not, she that was gonna be her. If she was, she was able, you know, if she would have lived this long having freedom, she would have been the same way. Obviously, yeah, yeah. It's just her. It's her. It's her behavior. And I can't imagine. You would think somebody 5'2" with a big mouth. Somebody five. You would think I'm gonna let somebody 5'2" with a big mouth bully me? And she not. And they don't even have much intelligence. You 5'2". You don't have much intelligence. She probably got like she probably got the intellect maybe of a sixth grader. And you think you gonna play me? You think you gonna bully me? Are you crazy? And you got tats on your face. You got tats on your face. You stand out. You you. I don't even know how to put in words without sounding vicious. But a, nick- a bitch. I mean, whatever. Somebody like her can never. That's what I'm gonna say. As far as bullying, you ain't bullying me. I don't care what teeth you got. I don't care what knife you got. I don't care what you got. You is not bullying me. Not you. You better go get about 10 more of you times two before you think you're gonna have pose any type of. Even you're gonna shake me off my square even a little bit. You crazy as fuck. You crazy as fuck. So and she bully people who she know ain't gonna give her much resistance. That's why she hanging in crack houses, bullying girls doing crack. Nah, once you gonna hang out with the whores who out here who gonna scrap with you. Once you gonna hang out with those streetwalkers, don't hang out with the ones that smoke crack. Cause they already frail mentally. They smoking crack. If they smoking crack, they frail mentally. So you don't smoke crack. So what you doing hanging around crackheads? Cause you want to be the bully. You 5'2", but you want to be the aggressor to crackheads. Come on, B. Like, you tough? Your niggas ain't tough. Like, that's not tough. She ain't tough for real. She ain't tough. She just hurt and insecure. That's the core of it. She intimidated because she's 5'2". Instead of being 5'2" and pleasant and assertive, it's funny because right, I remember the CEO we had. Her name, I ain't gonna say her name. I'm gonna just call her Miss Williams, right? I say Miss Williams was tiny. She was tiny, tiny, and she was a dark skinned woman from the south. So mind you, this is up in the mountains of New York. It's mostly crackers, whatever, whatever. So she ain't really, she don't care. She used to assert her dominance. You couldn't tell her nothing. And she was like 5 feet tall. She was a little ass lady, and she was a CO up north in the mountains. And she dealing with girls way bigger than her, tougher than her. Exactly, Lil Mike. That's Lil Mike with the tattoos on their face. Out here biting people. Shit, I remember when I was a teenager, I used to get it shaking. They used to call me Iron Mike. I remember I was getting they would transfer me to jail in the middle of the night from a different jail. And I woke up and I was going in the yard. I was in another jail, and one of the staff looked at me. They like, "Oh, you just came last night." They like, "Yeah." So they asked me my name. Hey, what's your name? Oh, they said, "Oh, you Iron Mike." And I was laughing like, "Y'all niggas calling me Iron Mike? That's y'all here. My name ain't Iron Mike, nigga. My name Fat Cat. What you talking about?" Told myself Iron Mike. That's too darkish for me. I ain't gonna, when I was locked up too, you couldn't be gay around me, dog. You couldn't be gay around me. Like, if you at my table, you sitting there, we playing games and shit, girls be locked up. They want to play with each other under the table, doing freaky shit and all that. Nah, you can't do that at my table. Take that shit over there. Take that gay shit on the other side of the don't, you can't do that at my table. I don't allow that shit at my table. You'll do that weird shit over there. Don't do that shit next to me. I'll spaz out, bro. Turn that shit all the way upside down. Don't do that shit over there. Right up. That shit too gay for me. I can't imagine being with like somebody like Queeta. I ain't even gonna lie. Like she definitely would have been extra charge worthy. Going to the box easy. As long as I know I got her good. You biting me? You think you'll extort people? Get the fuck out of here. Extorting. And people family. She would have had that money on her hands out of jail and everything if I was a relative. You crazy? Yeah, shit, I don't know. I don't know about Georgia prison, especially the women's jails. I don't know nothing about there, but has she been in a New York prison? Yeah, you think she has done somebody, family, and everything in the outside world from in there? She 5'2", and you with a whole bunch of ghetto other. You probably call them dirty bloods, because a lot of bloods they be dirty and ratchet. So they probably the real mascot of dirty bloods. Like you got a whole bunch of dirty bloods extort you. Get the fuck out of here. Alright, abs, take care. Yeah, much little dirty blood chicks. Get the fuck out of here. You crazy? Cause a lot of bloods they be dusty, they be dirty, they just be ratchet. It's like you used to have it like you let anybody turn blood. You let anybody turn blood. These niggas is dusty, dirty, from the projects. They just recruiting everybody out the projects, especially. Your baby mother with the 9 kids, she wanna be blood. Oh, she blood. The whole shit. They go to the shelter system and recruit all the dusty shelter people. Oh, they blood. It's like, what's going on? Y'all recruiting crackhead. Y'all recruiting the dustiest people to be blood. What happened? What y'all trying to do? What y'all got going on here? Look, they look like custies. They look like niggas you serve or you have selling nickel dimes of weed and you talk about y'all gang members. Shut the fuck up. Go get a life. Go get a trade. Go do something with your life. Wanna be blood. I think it was not here when we was living real. We got real race wars going on with the Hispanics. That's how blood came about in New York. Black versus Hispanics, because Hispanics was trying to oppress black people. And I lived through that. And it was hard for me because I love Spanish boys. I went through it. Can you imagine? I couldn't bring no Spanish dudes to my block. Couldn't really go to their block. It was hard dating Spanish boys back then. For real. That shit was like, I guess that's why it was something similar to the South, Probably black and white people trying to hook up. Can't even go to each other's neighborhood and shit. And for me, it wasn't even, well, I ain't even gonna big myself up, but I wasn't even afraid of the Spanish girls. They already know. They already know. Like, yeah, alright. But the niggas that try to jump me, Spanish people don't play. They carry machetes and everything. And they will stab you with a needle. They dirty like that. They'll pick up a dirty needle off the street and stab you, hoping you get something. Those are dirty, dirty ones. You try to fight with them, they probably got a dirty needle on them. You probably think next thing you know you got like Hep B. You don't know they trying to give you Hep B, HIV, AIDS, something. That's how dirty they was. But I just want people to stop saying Queeta behavior that she display is what institutionalized is. It's very misleading. It's very false. It's very untrue. It's very not the right definition. It's very just not true. Like it just that's not it. When you see Quita and institutionalized don't even from the behavior we see. Not saying she don't have no ways about her. So we don't know all her everyday life throughout from the morning and night, in all aspects of life. But that overall behavior we see, that's just her. She just girl's ratchet, bro. That's it. She ratchet. So yeah, it's funny because Marcus called her a queen. I know, like queen. What queen you talking about? What definition? You talking about the old definition? They say queens are prostitutes or some shit. Cause what queen you talking about? Royalty? Queen? I'm trying to connect it to queen. Dude, she got tats on her face. She was wearing purple hair and purple lipstick. And I'm glad she did take that advice from the internet. Cause not to bash her looks. Everybody talk about how she looked, but at least those bright color wigs do not go with her face. The dark color, the more natural color wigs it makes her look so much better than that bright color shit. And it's not because she's dark skinned, because some dark skinned people can get away with it. But she doesn't have the skin tone for that. She has a more dull brown, not a bright brown, not a bright dark complexion. She has a dull dark complexion, and she don't have the features you can say for the color look. You understand? So she looks much better with the natural color. Much better. Much better. And even now, as far as outfits, maybe she could wear up the bright color outfits and shit, depending on how she rock it. But it's Georgia for one. It's Queeta. They fashion sense is just I don't know. They fashion sense down there is just I don't know. They different. So they can't be. Please stop saying, "Oh, she's just institutionalized." Queen is just institutionalized. No, she's uncivilized. That's what she is. She's archaic. That's what she is. That's it, and that's okay if that's her, because everybody gonna be who they are, right? But at the same time, people gonna have their opinion about who you are too. So we all know her life. We all know who she is and how she is. I just don't like the institutionalized part because that gives a false promotion. Like, say, like teenagers watching these videos and they see people that act like that, they think that's how we go in jail. And most of them, you can't go in jail acting like the way she do. You think you could enter, you as a new person, go walk in there rowdy and chaotic like that? Nah, you gotta observe the scene and see who's who, what's playing, what's moving, who playing. You gotta watch out. You can't go in there just like that. But she's insecure because of her height. She's insecure because of her height. I didn't know that, and that's to me that I'm not into calling masculine, feminine traits, all that, but that to me, since I heard it out her own mouth that she said that, that's a very masculine trait to me. I never heard of a short woman want to show aggression and be aggressive because they were short. That's mostly a short man thing. That's what short men do. So I thought that was very peculiar. That was very different to hear her say that, like, oh, I'm 5'2", so if you don't do this, they'll bully you or whatever, whatever. I'm just like, if you 6'2", you could get bullied. What the fuck you mean? What do you mean? Are you? Your height don't have nothing to do with you getting bullied. Bitch, you could be 6'1", 300. If you soft, you soft. That's just it. That's just the. I don't know. I don't know what that means. And it's like I know some girls who carry themselves well, right? Well, this is like a general trait, period. Whether you male or female, but I'm gonna just say female because we're speaking on females in far as this institutionalized perspective inside this world, right? There's a lot of females who are they know they're not the best fighters, but they're not scared to lose a fight either. But they gonna fight. You ain't just gonna bully them. You ain't gonna beat them up, and they do nothing about it. They gonna defend themselves. They know they probably not gonna win, and they know that sometimes they got the less hand, maybe because they too skinny or they too short or whatever the situation is. But you can't just bully them either. You can't just bully because they're gonna defend themselves, but they're not out here trying to be aggressive to overcompensate for whatever they lacking. And that's what she's doing. She's trying to overcompensate because she's insecure about her own height, which is weird to me as a woman. You insecure. I mean, there's someone who is insecure about being tall, but you insecure about being 5'2" is crazy to me. Now you gotta overcompensate with aggression. That as a woman, I don't understand that mindset. I don't understand that. That's a new one to me, and that's something you more aligned with men, with boys. So even when she chilling, she calm. I never heard her deep, intimate conversation with Marcus. But even when he called her queen, I was laughing because I'm like, I don't know, Marcus like ratchet. So, but I still was even trying to listen to the queen trace in her. She had any deep down somewhere that was, maybe covertly showing itself, but not showing itself or whatever. But I don't see the queen traits. I don't see it at all. It ain't there for me. It ain't there for me, and that's just what it is. Not saying she like not trying to. How can you say minimize her? But that aspect I don't see in her. She just hit. She is who she is. That's it. That's just it. But I don't like that should just bother me a lot when people say institutionalized. Like, nigga, that's not the representation. That's just not the representation of somebody institutionalized at all. If she took her shit serious, I don't know what she doing herself now that she built out. I mean, we seen her the other day. I don't watch her, so maybe I'm missing a lot. I don't watch her, y'all. She's not interesting to me. Last time I watched her live, I saw a whole man meet. She was beating some dude meat in the gas station. That's the last time I actually saw her live. One of her lives. Because it's like, what is she doing? What is so interesting about her life or what she does? Her personality is not interesting. She doesn't do anything interesting. She doesn't have any interesting talents. So I don't know. But, Marcus content, as you can see, we're not going to see it, right? But we're going to see it in the numbers. Most of Marcus shadow supporters, the people in the shadows, most of them are men. And most of them are perverts. Most of them are creeps. And that's just the facts of the matter. So they're gonna watch that content, and they're gonna keep watching, especially as he ended up on Glenwood now, all the prostitutes and all that, right? And with a lot of homeless, you're gonna find prostitutes, like how he came across Layla and stuff, but now he's coming across all the prostitutes and everything. So, whatever. That's his channel, his lane. But most of those numbers are because most of the crowd, most of the people in the shadows watching are perverts. He has a whole bunch of creeps and perverts that follows him because he's giving them the content they want. That's the content they want. And then I don't know. I don't know. Some of these women too on here. I mean, I know not all women the same, but some women are really male centered, and they have toxic masculinity beliefs also, although they're women. Because some of them have patriarchal beliefs also. And when I mean patriarchal, I just mean like what patriarchal based societies have put into the world. Not a common sense thing. More like a patriarchal mindset. I don't know if that makes sense, but in my head, I know what I'm thinking. I probably can't put it in the right words right now. It's late. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. I don't really have much to say except that whole Queeta thing because I would love for somebody to tell me what about Queeta and what she shows or says gives you institutionalized. I want to know that because she's unruly. Unruly is not an institution. It's not a symptom of being institutionalized because that's how you end up in an institution. You being unruly. So that's not a symptom of being institutionalized. Her cursing people out. That's another form of being unruly. That's not a symptom of being institutionalized. So biting people, I want to fight everybody or bully people. No, none of that. None of that are symptoms of being institutionalized at all. None of them. Now, if I see her eating a couple of noodles and making some spreads, or she got the Jack Mac and making commissary dinners, I'm like, damn, she. But like I said, she has institutionalized traits, but is not dominant over her overall personality. It's not dominant. So, and if an ex can come on and say, "Oh, Queen want me Queen, you can control her," that says a lot, and that's just like what I don't know, like what type of man? What type of man likes? I know. See, I'm from New York, right? I know most men be online, nowadays, talking all this soft and feminine bullshit. Or they like women that's soft. I'm from New York. Niggas like they girls that can fight. They don't want niggas like girls who can fight. Niggas like girls who can speak up for themselves when they're not around. Right? Niggas ain't looking for no girl who can't speak up and, speak up for themselves. But on the same note, you know, being just by default being loud and aggressive by default is also like niggas don't want that either. And if niggas do, most dudes I know who was attracted to that, they only attracted to that because they like toxic shit. Like they the type of dudes that think that being confrontational or having a challenge or being competitive. Them people that like toxic relationships, they do weird shit. Like they argue and they think, oh, because we argue and then, oh, the makeup sex is great. Like niggas, that type of mindset. I never understood that mindset, y'all. So I don't know. I can't really speak on that. I can't really speak on that. Um, but yeah, I'm from New York, so niggas ain't out here on no soft girls either. Think about it too. Especially if niggas be like, yo, if I want a woman, to have my children, but I'm not around. You want a woman who's a mama cub, who could be a mama cub to your babies. Who know, like, cause these no online niggas kill me. Oh, who protect the hoes? What are you talking about? I mean, is there something that makes you think that men could pick up and shoot a firearm and a woman can't? I mean, are you stupid? You think women don't know how to take somebody's life either? Are you stupid? To me, I think women are better at those things than a lot of men. Because anyway, I ain't gonna say it that way. I don't want to say that on YouTube, but I think, yeah, I don't know. And they say women are more emotional. I'm still, yeah, some women are emotional and sensitive. I would say women are more, but men are more emotional. They display their emotions without a whim. They don't reserve their emotions. Like they just have to act on them or speak on them. They don't know how to regulate them. And that's why prisons are full of men, y'all. Prison industry is full of men because men, I don't care what nobody say, men are the more emotional gender. And I'm not into gender wars, y'all, because I ain't even like bitches like that. Like, most of my friends always grown up been male. Male. I've been raised mostly by my dad. I mean, I grew up with both parents in the same household, but I was always under my dad, my uncles, and everything. So I don't participate in gender wars because I like men. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck what nobody's saying. And, and I see fault in both sides. I see faults and good in both sides, and that's just how I see things. So I don't participate in all. But anyway, it's 3:30. I'm getting sleepy, and I'm about to take a nap before I start waking my patients up in the morning, y'all. But Queeta is not fucking institutionalized. Stop saying that shit. She just rowdy. She just ratchet. She just Queeta. She's not institutionalized. She's definitely not institutionalized. Y'all want to see institutionalized? Look for the quiet person. The most institutionalized people are not gonna be easily seen. They are not gonna be easily seen or heard. I'm gonna tell you that, and that's a fact. But I'm out of here. Take my fat ass to sleep. Well, my man just called me too, so I mean he just texted me, so I'm about to call him. Cause I feel like he about to call me since I answered his text. And I'll talk to y'all later. So everybody have a good day. Today's Tuesday, January 6th, 2026. And I don't know what's going on YouTube, but I know that Trump had the Venezuelan president right around New York City for the world to see. The nigga shackled up. He was driving that nigga around like it was a parade. Like he was an exhibit at a parade or some shit. And tension is rising, so I don't know what that means. I just feel like this shit is too crazy because oh excuse me. I feel like it's too crazy because it's I pay attention to things and I feel things and I see things. I don't want to get too deep into it, but that was a bold move. And I'm pretty sure that since Trump made that move, mind you, Trump is my guy, y'all. He from New York. Him and 50 Cent. People don't like him because they attitude, and I'm a ride with them because I fuck with them. But that shit he did, gonna snatch up that man and his wife out their house, out of their country, out their bed like that, and bring her back to. Oh boy. And I hope y'all know Venezuela is very close to the Chinese. And the Chinese were talking about they don't care what nuclear nobody got. They didn't say this recently, but I'm just saying I know they were saying they got hydrogen shit. They don't got nuclear, they got hydrogen shit. So I ain't do my research, but it sounds like hydrogen is more deadly than nuclear the way they was talking. But as a person who flies a lot, and for me to know that a lot of places within the regions I fly to have been off limits since this shit. Now it got me thinking. It got me thinking about life because I always tell myself I don't got nothing here that's worth you know not leaving behind. If I gotta catch a last minute flight and hop on a flight, even if I gotta like to fly like say like if there's no flights going to that region, I'll still fly out of here. I'll fly like to Canada or I will go to the UK. I don't care. As long as I can fly out of here and still get to my destination. It's like taking a connecting flight. I don't like connecting flights, but last minute, what you gonna do if you're trying to get out of somewhere? You want to get out of there quick, especially if you're going to take the straight route. But anyway, so that just been on my mind, y'all. I'm tired of being here, and this nigga pulled that stunt with the Venezuelan president, and his hostility back, not in my country, but in my region. My country is part of that region, so now if I want to up and hop on a flight and leave, I know I can't. Not to go straight there because everything is closed off. The fly zones are closed off. Um, I'm not gonna say I'm not worried. I know certain things are gonna happen because it's supposed to happen. So basically, my point is the shit y'all be talking about on YouTube, just the fucking all these emotions and all this money and all this law y'all want to put into YouTube. Yeah, fuck. And that's why I don't take none of y'all serious. Because it's real life shit happening out here. You think I give a fuck about people on YouTube and their feelings or what they don't like or what they dislike or what they say they're gonna do? I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't give a fuck about none of that. None of y'all not know how I feel about me. I don't feel about anything. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Because I think about real life shit. And I'm a planner. I'm a analyzer. That's why I analyze y'all. I observe y'all. I speak my opinion and that's it. I don't get caught up in nobody business, nobody feelings. I don't care about catering to nobody's feelings. But nor do I come out here trying to intentionally disrespect your feelings either. Y'all know there's only one person here I like, but he started with me. He wanted to, do all this shit. So that's it, and it's up and stuck with him for life. Especially the shit I know about him. So that's what I came to say. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all feelings and y'all grievances on YouTube. There's real life shit going on, and and that shows a lot of y'all be stuck in y'all little bubble, right? A lot of y'all be stuck in y'all little bubble. Y'all don't realize what's going on in the world. And me, and it's not because I'm in New York, right? Because I know shit can happen anywhere. But let's just say, see, I don't know why I'm explaining to y'all because it's only gonna make sense to people who travel, right? And I've always had that mindset since I was young. If I want to flee, right, in case anything pop off, I don't know how to flee. But a lot of y'all live in y'all bubble and y'all think Even if it's not political or if anything happened to where you live at, what's your backup plan? You ever develop a backup plan? I bet half of y'all never did that. You never develop a backup plan where you would go, what you would do, how you would get there, how you sustain yourself. Half of y'all don't even think about how to sustain yourself from where you at within the next 6 months to a year. So I know y'all don't think about your life and jumping all over it. Half of y'all niggas don't even leave your state or your city. And there's a whole world out there. There's a whole fucking world out there. So let me go log off, talk my shit. I done talk my shit already, and I'm about to go phone bone with my boo. Yeah, have a good night. And stop saying Queeta institutionalized because she not.